this video, we're talking about 3 comic books that are great long-term investments with some interesting points of discussion as to the reasons why. But before we hop into the computer, we have less than 80 boxes left of the amazing, giant, incredible Bry Box of Mystery, featuring grand prizes like Amazing Fantasy 15, X-Men 1, Giant Size X-Men number 1, New Mutants 98, and Incredible Hulk 181. Also, your chance at the rarest Marvel Ivan Tao variant to date, featuring artwork of Miles Morales that's absolutely stunning. All of the details are available now at bryscomics.com. So let's hop into the computer and take a look at these 3 books. I almost forgot to announce the winners from November. Congratulations to Sydney Rivera. Sydney, you won the YouTube giveaway, and congratulations to Chris Grew. Chris, you won the newsletter subscriber giveaway for the month of November, and the new giveaway prizes are up for December. We're giving away a doozy for the newsletter, a Mark Jewelers newsstand first Boba Fett's for the newsletter, and some awesome Star Wars books for the YouTube giveaway as well. The first book on the list is Batman Adventures number 12, the first appearance of Harley Quinn. And I want to start by saying why I think she's a good long-term investment, a little history of the character, and what we might have to come. So here's the graph that shows the sales of the 9.8. We can see in 2021, it was an average sale of 3,300, and then it went down, then it went down, then it went down, and the most recent sale is down. So this book is trending down, and it is possible that we will have an even better buy-in time over like the next 6 months or so, and then a new movie's coming out, and then we might have another good buy-in time. But as far as long-term investments, I think that this book has great upside potential, because all of this activity that you see right here is when we started to see Harley Quinn on the screen in like Suicide Squad and TV shows and movies. And typically, TV shows and movies aren't necessarily a good long-term investment unless, as in this case, we will always have TV shows and movies for this character. In that sense, there is some volatility, but this character is here to stay. There's going to be new comic books released every single month, new TV shows and movies year after year after year for years to come, which is why I think she's a good investment long term. Now, a little history of the character. Harley Quinn comes from this character called a Harlequin, and a Harlequin was popularized all the way back in the 1500s. It was a pantomime. So this is a character, like a jester-like character that's been around for centuries. And then in the Golden Age, we saw this same character from like as early as the 1500s popularized in comics, the actual Harlequin. And it was characterized as a female here, and there's a bunch of different appearances of Harlequin in the Golden Age. And you can get some really cool Golden Age cover appearances of Harlequin, but the book that we're talking about on this list is Batman Adventures 12, which is the first comic book appearance of Harley Quinn. So Harley Quinn was, I believe, inspired by the character Harlequin, who was inspired by the character from the 1500s. So it's just kind of an interesting book. I've always had mixed emotions about Batman Adventures 12 because when you read the book, it's kind of, cartoonish. It's like the kids network here. It's just not your standard typical key issue comic, but it is what the market has decided is the go-to key for Harley Quinn. A close second would be Batman Harley Quinn number 1 from 1999, which is the first appearance of Harley Quinn in the main DC comic book storytelling universe with this epic cover art by Alex Ross. But the market has absolutely decided that this is the go-to preferred key for Harley Quinn, and I believe it will be well into the future. So what's coming for Harley Quinn? Well, we have a new portrayal of her by Lady Gaga in the sequel to the Joker movie, which is supposed to come out in October of 2024. I am not optimistic about this. I'm not crazy about Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn. Hopefully, I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm hoping that maybe her acting blows it out of the water and maybe it does, revitalize the character even more. But I think a more likely scenario is that some of the wind will come out of the sails for this character after this movie, and then there might be another good buying opportunity for this movie. I always think of Margot Robbie. She's my Harley Quinn, but I guess we're going to give Lady Gaga a shot and we'll see how that plays out. But if I had to guess, I would say that the way Lady Gaga is going to play out is that we'll have an even better buying opportunity for this book in the near future. So, if you're someone who likes to time their buy-in, there may be better opportunities. If you're someone who's just crazy about Harley Quinn, with this most recent sale about $2,100, being the best it's been for years, I don't think it's a terrible time to buy this book. So it just depends on your collecting goals. Are you a collector? Or are you somebody who likes to time their buy-in? The next book that I want to talk about is going to be very surprising, and hear me out. Detective Comics number 27. I'm talking about 1939, from the first appearance of Batman. Obviously, probably all of us, maybe there's a couple people watching this, aren't priced out from like a complete Blue Label copy, but did you know that you can buy a single page of this book? You can get an actual single page of Detective Comics number 27 for, around a couple $1,000s. And it depends on the page. But I wanted to put this on the list to put this on your radar, because Batman obviously is in the same vein as Harley Quinn, in the sense that we're going to have countless new comic book series, TV shows, and movies for the rest of time. And demand for this book is only going to go up. This is only going to become a bigger and bigger key, and it's just going to get farther and farther and farther out of reach for the complete copies, which is why I think pages are a good investment. I think long term, people are going to be so drastically priced out, which they already are, but it's just going to get more intense, that pages are going to be like the only viable option to get in on this book. So let's talk a little bit about pages. Clearly, not all pages are equal, but one of the cool things about pages is when you get the actual book, it says right here at the top, Detective Comics number 27, 10th page only, first appearance of Batman, Bruce Wayne, and Commissioner Jim Gordon. So you get the label, the same label as, a complete copy, except, it says 10th page only, or whatever page it is that you're buying. So this page was inexpensive. It sold for around $1,500 because it doesn't feature Batman. And any page that features Batman or Commissioner Gordon or a main character, obviously that page is going to be worth more money. But I still think that any page from this book, if you get it at the right price, is a good investment long term for the reasons that I just stated. And shout out to Ryan at Automatic Comics for posting this on Instagram. The cover, just the cover for Detective Comics 27 just sold for $221,000. Just the cover sold for $221,000. So if we go to GPA and look at complete copies of this book, there's nothing. The most recent thing, like this January sale of a 4.5 for $1,140,000 is the closest low grade. There hasn't been a low grade sale of this book since 2015. I mean, it just doesn't come up for sale. So we saw a cover dwarf a 3.0 sale this year. And it just goes to show that that's the trajectory that this book is on. And that's why I think it's such a good investment to get in on these pages, while you still can, while, the jury is still kind of out on pages. I know I've seen a lot of comments. People are don't understand it. They would never want to own a page. I personally have owned a single page before. It was from Captain America Comics number 1. It was like a $3,000 page, and I regret selling it. It actually showed Captain America. That's one of the greatest things about these, is you could see the actual story, not just the cover. And if you have an important story page, it's just incredible. And it was incredible to own Captain America number 1, even though it was just a page. So I think people are going to come around on this. I think it's, going to catch on a little bit more than it currently is. So there might be some good buying opportunities. Now, what you need to do is be very careful. Please be careful about buying pages, because you could compare apples to oranges. If you're comparing a 10th grade sale, and here on GP Analysis, if you scroll down, all of these 0.5s are the sales history of recorded sales for pages. And there's a lot of sales history for pages. So make sure you come over here and you can, with some pretty simple deductive reasoning, figure out what a good price for a book is. Now, I wanted to show this 10th page It sold for $1,560 here on Heritage, and then somebody in May of 2023, and then somebody has it listed right now on eBay for $4,200. This is not a good price for this book. So this is why I'm saying, please be careful. This is the I don't want to sell it price. He just bought this book, this page, for $1,500. So don't just go and, buy the first thing. You have to really be careful on buy it now prices on pages, because almost all of them are going to be I don't want to sell it prices. I would recommend, buying something at auction, and even then make sure you know what a good max bid is, because you don't want to get in a bidding war and have an outlier high sale. You almost can treat every single page like its own book. And so in this vein, I want to talk about the last book on the list, which is Amazing Fantasy 15. Same exact thing here as Batman Harley Quinn. We're constantly going to get more TV shows, movies, and comic books for Amazing Spider-Man. And this book is going to continue to go up in price over the long term. We might see some more price corrections here in the short term, but over the long term, it's definitely got major upside potential. And it's the same thing here for this book, is you can find pages, and look at how affordable some of these pages are. I mean, for $100 to $200 to get a page from Amazing Fantasy 15, I mean, the downside risk is so low on some of these books. And if we go over here and look at eBay, we can see this page right here is page 3. Here's one that's actually at auction. It's sitting at $102, but this is not a story page that features is that Spider-Man? No, this is like the backup story, I believe. Yeah, this is the backup story for Amazing Fantasy 15, but there is also the third page is at auction right now, sitting at $304, which shows the first costume of Spider-Man. That's Spider-Man actually wrestling in that first costume. Iconic scene, iconic book. You get that label that says Amazing Fantasy 15 Origin and First Appearance of Spider-Man. And if you want to see what this is worth, you just go over to GP Analysis, find page 3. Here you can see some recent sales, very consistent sales for page 3, around $1,100 is a good price for this book. So I think $1,100 is a great price for this book, even in this market. I think it has great upside potential at that price. And there's even one listed buy it now for $1,475, which is a little high. $1,100 would be fair market value. $1,475 is a little high, especially because this page is missing pieces and chunks. That matters. It does matter a little bit. If you have like a great perfect looking page, and the page quality is, you still get page quality for pages. This is cream to off-white. So this is a high price, but as you can see, they do come up for sale quite often for pages of AF15, and there's definitely some good deals and opportunities to be had. Don't forget to head over to brycecomics.com and sign up for the newsletter for your chance to win a free slab each and every month. And you also get first access to new inventory that comes through the shop and new mystery boxes. Follow me on Whatnot. There's a link down in the description for $15 towards your first purchase. I always have books in the Buy It Now on Whatnot for $15. So if you're new, you can stop by and pick up a free book. Follow me over on Instagram for Trades for Grails. I just posted 2 big books today, Amazing Spider-Man 129 and a 9.8 with white pages, the first appearance of the Punisher, and another copy of Amazing Fantasy 15 and a 1.5 for trade. So make sure to follow me and hit that notification bell over on Instagram. Thank you as always for sticking with me to the end of the video. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.